Hi everybody! Do you remember me? My name's Amy from Amy J's Creations, and this is my channel about my cross stitch and sometimes other crafts, which is where the creations part comes through. I have been gone for 2 glorious summer months, vacationing, having fun, spending time with family. I hope that you guys have also had a great time while I have not been filming, that you've been enjoying your summer months and being with family, hopefully. I have a lot to say and I have a lot to show you. And I'm a little overwhelmed with how much to say. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of sprinkle my life updates, like connect them with what I was doing when I was working on a project. Does that sound like a good thing to do? I hope so, because that's what's going to happen. All right. First off, I have a finish. Now, I worked on this in the car while we were driving to Italy, driving from Switzerland through northern Italy to Croatia. We went to a town, we had an Airbnb in a town called Markaska. It's in between Split and Dubrovnik. We drove down to Dubrovnik, we drove up to Split, we spent 2 glorious days by the pool doing nothing. Wish we would have had more time to do that, but oh well, we had a glorious day in Venice, blah, blah. So there was a lot of, and it was a road trip. My kids were like, we had fun the last time we went on a road trip, can we do that again? And so that was the plan. We stopped at several places in Italy, ate lots of gelato, and it was a great time. My preferred car trips projects are perforated paper. I did not have any more Mill Hill kits. All my snowmen are done. So I chose my Holiday Horse by Jody Rice from Satsuma Street. I bought this at Stitch West last fall. She was one of the designers there. She handed us out a free one, which is a unicorn, like a pink sparkly unicorn. And then I bought this one because I wanted, like, I didn't want the unicorn to be lonely on the tree. It needed to have at least one more Satsuma Street pattern on it. I ended up finishing the beading while we were in the Airbnb in Markaska. And let's see, I just realized I had nothing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Now, you may say to yourself, huh, that looks a little different. Yes, yes, it does. So I know that for most people, Jody Rice's bright, bright love of pinks and lots of other wild colors is the whole draw to her patterns. I agree that they are visually stunning. However, I am a boring, old-fashioned girl when it comes to my Christmas tree. I like green, red, and gold. And clear ornaments. That's it. So I changed the colors. I went through my stash and I chose a different lighter red for the pink. I changed the pink polka dots that are supposed to be in the horse. I changed those out for some gold beads for a little bit more bling. And I think that might be it. I think this horse is so cute. I don't want him to be alone. I want him to have a friend. The pink unicorn is too pink for me. I'm going to make it, but it's not, it's going to go on my tree in my craft area. It's not going to go on the main tree. This I want on the main tree. So in my haul, you will see that I purchased some more perforated paper to make more of these horsies. And I think I'm going to try to do it so that there's like 2 horses facing this direction and maybe 2 horses doing the flipped reverse image, if I can figure out how to do that. Yeah. But there he is. Ah, so cute. But then I had finished my what I had brought to work on in the car on the way down there. So now what do I work on the way back? On the way back, we drove from Markaska, from Croatia. All in one day, we went all the way up to Salzburg, Austria. Why did we come home a completely different way? Well, my husband is half Austrian. His mother's from Austria, from Linz. And so my children are quarter Austria, and we have not been. And so we try to go to Austria often. But we don't want to go always to Austria because that's boring. We live in Europe. There's so many amazing different countries to go see. But it had been a while. It had been quite a while since we'd been to Austria. So we're like, hey, let's just go to Salzburg. And so we spent the night in Salzburg, and we arrived in the evening, and then we spent most of the next day in Salzburg, and then just drove the rest of the way home that same day. We got here, again, pretty late at night. But we spent the morning wandering around Salzburg, and then we went and ate at our very favorite restaurant. So, yeah, we kind of took a detour to have lunch at this restaurant. But it's our very favorite. And it's called the Stiftskeller, and it's right by the Dome. And St. Peter's Cathedral. It's lovely. It's super cool. It's the original restaurant is a cave hacked out of the rock mountain. Charlemagne, there is written proof of Charlemagne stopping there for a meal on his way through Europe. Yeah, they have fantastic schnitzel, and they have this dessert that's called, okay, I cannot say it because I'm not Austrian, but it's Salzburger Knöckel. And it's basically this meringue, giant meringue with like a Preiselbeer. What is that? I don't know. Some sort of very tart berry sauce in the bottom. You have to order it as soon as you sit down because it takes half an hour to make. And a single one fed all 6 of us. It's humongous. It is delicious. The meringue is like any meringue I've ever tasted anywhere because it's lightly toasted on the outside, but it's still very soft and gooey. It's very strong vanilla-y flavor. It kind of almost tastes, it's almost like the inside of a roasted marshmallow in consistency and flavor. It's absolutely divine. So yeah, instead of going back through Italy and seeing more of Italy, we opted to go straight to Austria for dessert and schnitzel. Worth it. But then, of course, I needed something to do in the car on the way back. And I pulled out, actually, I did nothing. That's right. This was this was worked on in a different time. I ended up just looking out the window and sleeping. And it was kind of nice. But I had done the beading. Maybe I did a little bit of beading in the car, but I kind of don't feel like I did. I kind of remember finishing it, and so I just looked out the window. Okay, but then see, I came home for like a week, and then I went again on another vacation to Utah. But in between, let's get to my main project, okay? So this is what I worked on. Oh, I filmed at the end of June. I forgot. People, I went to the Taylor Swift concert in Zurich. And not just one night. No. I went both nights, okay? So I was working on this a lot since my last Flosstube and until we went to Croatia in mid-July. But yes, with 2 days in Taylor Swift concert. The first night, I went to the first night concert and I had seats on the side of the stage in the shade. It was great. And then the next night, we had standing in the middle in the sun. I could see almost nothing, but I had seen everything the night before. But we sat. I sat the entire concert. Okay. The second night, stood in the middle with my daughter and my son's good friend who was like a second daughter, Fiona. She comes to Thanksgiving every year at our house. We love her. And Fiona's mom, Allie. And it was a completely different vibe because we were standing. I thought I was going to die because we got in line at 10:30 in the morning, and Taylor came on stage at 7 in the evening. But I tell you what, as soon as she came on stage, I was not tired. My feet did not hurt. We were dancing. I was already standing up, so it was easier to dance. We were singing along. And the experience, I'm going to cry, the experience of the joy and excitement of my son singing along with Taylor Swift, dancing with my daughter to Taylor Swift, belting out the lyrics. And sweet Fiona, okay, when she did her surprise songs, an acoustic set, Fiona like collapsed to her knees as soon as she started hearing like the first 5 notes. She recognized the song immediately. It took me a while because I am clearly not as big a fan as Fiona. And it was this, both her surprise songs were songs she had not played at all during the tour any time before. And her and my son loved and knew both these songs. And I did not know the lyrics to either one of them. I knew some, I recognized them. But that was awesome to see their excitement, their happiness, hear them singing. Sorry, it was almost spiritual. It was amazing. Yes, I am a Swiftie. No, I bought no merch because the Airs merch is not cute, but I'm going to buy something off Etsy because some of those people are super talented. Okay, so now, got Taylor Swift, the most important update out of the way. Here is Van Gogh Never Met the Fellowship. I have gotten so much done on this thing. I have started, so I've color completed that one brown, and then I'm starting to color complete the orange. It's in a lot of places, and it really is making this whole thing look filled in. I did a lot over on this half. I am at over 12%. There are a couple places where I realized I messed up some things. I immediately tore that out, and I'll redo them when I get to that color. But yeah, I'm loving this thing. And the extreme cross country, I don't let myself go too extreme. But, so this is my back. There is some carrying. But again, it's full coverage, so nobody's going to be able to see anything. I like the freedom that gives. I love this pattern. I have not worked on it since mid-July. I've given myself a little break so that I could not get tired of it. Oh, I'm super excited. And yeah, Pattern Keeper is a total game changer. I could never fathom doing full coverage without it. So thank you for the inventors of that. You guys are amazing. Don't know who it was. Another thing I worked on before, in the evenings a little bit, before going to Croatia, is the Stitcher's Alphabet from Brooks Books. And it's free on her website. And I am now fully, all the letters up to the letter H are completed, beaded, backstitched, everything. That was not the case before. They're really, really fun. G is for granny square. H is for hook, like rug hooking. F, there's knitting sticks. What's F? I don't know. That's what because of that, I think I might, in like black, just backstitch at the underneath, which each one stands for, so that I don't forget, because like F has completely left me. I think this is super cute. I have 2 more to go. here, and then I start down with the second row. But yeah, that's coming along pretty nicely, isn't it? That little girl doing the darning, she's super cute. I really like that one. It reminds me of my grandmother darning our socks and then getting mad at us when we walk around in just our socks in the house. But this was because it was America, and for some reason wearing shoes in the house is preferred. Now it makes me gag, but to think of. But she used to get mad at us. No wonder there's all these holes in your socks. You need to. It's like it made no sense, right? Like wearing your socks with your shoes on or without them, you're still wearing your socks. But yes, she used to darn our socks. Okay, so I get back from Croatia. It's lovely. We have about a week, not quite a full week, at home with my daughter. And then she went, no, it wasn't even a week. It was like a few days. And then she had to go back to Utah. She had to move out of her apartment and move all her stuff to her aunt and uncle's. Fortunately, her awesome cousins, my amazing nephews, helped her move out of her apartment and helped her store all their stuff in their basement because she couldn't move in to her new apartment for like 2 weeks. And so she was going to be homeless. And so they let her stay there. They let her store her stuff there. I don't know what she would have done had they not helped out. It was a funny story. So, I mean, I might be biased because I'm related to them, but all of my nibblings, that's what I refer to my nieces and nephews as, all my nibblings are freaking gorgeous. Like, they're good people with good souls, every single one of them, and they're all good looking. They're all just good looking kids. So Ben and William come in and help her load up all her stuff. Maybe it was Ben and Sam, the two older ones. Oh, it was. Anyway. And Sam just got married, but Ben is not married. And her roommate was like, Sarah, who is that? And is he single? And she said to me, I told them, that's my cousin, and don't ever ask me that again. Don't ever tell me you think he's cute again, because, ew, he's my cousin. That's cute. Oh. But he is. He's a good-looking boy. And it's from his soul radiates out through his face. But anyway, I just thought that was hysterical. She was so creeped out by them, like, who's that? So then she's home, and then I came to Utah a week after Sarah left. My father turned 95 this year in January. In January, it's like I haven't flown with Flosstube. I can't speak English anymore. Father turned 95 in February. It was my parents' 60th wedding anniversary in July. So all the siblings and my parents got together for a little mini family reunion. Now, all my family couldn't come. One of my brother's families couldn't come. Another brother, his wife couldn't make it. They don't have kids, but she'd hurt her back, like broke her back in 3 places. So she could not fly out, but all the siblings were there. And we had a great time. We rented this really nice Airbnb. I stayed for a few days with my daughter at my parents' house. Then we stayed for the weekend at the Airbnb. And then my daughter went back up north to move into her new apartment. And I hung out with just 2 of my brothers for Sunday and Monday. And then almost all of Monday, I was there with my parents just alone, and then I flew out Tuesday morning. Flew out of Las Vegas. It was so nice to only have Sarah to worry about. And then Sarah went back up north, and so it was just me. And so I got to have a lot of individualized time with my nibblings and with my brothers, which I rarely get to do because almost all the, well, every other time I've ever spent time with them, my husband has been there, my kids have been there, and so your concentration is a little bit divided, right? So this way I could just like sit down and hang out with my two nieces, and we play Trivial Pursuit, or I could go to the pool with my other nephews and niece and like play games with them and just hang out with them. It was really, really nice. Also, my brothers are freaking amazing good cooks. They fed us all weekend. My brother made the spaghetti sauce. It took all day to make. It was so good. My other brother smoked pork shoulder for like 12 hours in the smoker, in the Traeger that was at the Airbnb. Oh my gosh. And then my other brother made this marinade for chicken wings, warm or cold, with nothing else. They were so freaking good. So like, my brothers can cook. We ate great. We had way too much food. It was fabulous. But in the down times, when I was on the plane, traveling back and forth, when I was just hanging out at my parents', my dad is 95, so he takes a lot of naps, or he's on his computer doing his thing. He's a total introvert. And my mother, was on her computer doing stuff. It was so nice to just, all three of us were hanging out, being together, but all doing our own thing. It was very peaceful and relaxing. Loved it. Anyway, so I worked a whole bunch on Priscilla of the Lizzie Kate Pair of Pilgrims. He has been done, Miles has been done for a long time, but I worked on Priscilla. Now when I started, I had this white bit of her hat, her face and hair, and a bit of the bit of one collar and part of a sleeve. And I did everything else. She's almost completely done on that trip, on the plane, and for a couple nights of stitching since I've been home. While I was there, I placed a 1-2-3 stitch order. Go 1-2-3 stitch. It came immediately for more of the floss that I needed. I'm using Caterpillar and Cocoa Brown and Eggshell for the white. That came, and so I was able to work on her quite a bit. She's almost done, and I can't wait to turn them into cute little stand-ups for Thanksgiving. So cute. She's so cute. So I worked on that at my parents' house. Now, I also had, again, I had quite a bit of time at my parents' house. So this was, quite honestly, mostly the plane and, the plane and like waiting around in the airports. This is what I worked on while I was at my parents' house, actually. I lied to you before, so sorry. This is Celtic Christmas by Lavender and Lace. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And I look at what I got done on this thing. Ooh, that needs a backing. You know what? I'm going to back it with this other fabric. This other project. Okay, there we go. So, I got more lines done, Jenny. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I did these two lines at first, filled in the L, and then I did some more over here on the side. And then I decided, now that I had this line done, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start on that dress. So I did. I started on the girl. This dress is super easy. It's huge chunks of a lot of the same color running in a somewhat straightish line. That's up, that darker is up on her sleeve. This is beautiful. Now, I'm not telling you any of the fabrics, am I? Okay, hold on. This, I'm going to go back really quick in case some people care. My big giant Van Gogh, this is a 18 count pre-gridded Aida from Zweigart. This is a this is also an 18 count Aida. I believe it's called Oatmeal or Natural. This is the 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. Hold on. Excuse me. Vintage Country Mocha. However, I am stitching it on the non-printed side, the non-modeled side. So this is what the opposite side looks like with all that modeling. But I didn't want the modeling. I don't know. I just decided for this project I didn't want the modeling. I wanted them to really, really stand out. So I did it. I made a conscious decision to do it on the other side. And that's that. And this then is a 32 count. It's from Zweigart. It's got that gold flecks in it. I don't know the name, but it's a 32 count, and you can see it's got like a golden yellow little flecks in it. It's really pretty. This might be my favorite fabric because it's to work with. It's thicker than the Vintage Country Mocha. In my in my hand, it's thicker. It's more substantial. I love the gold. I love that it's a neutral, but a flashy neutral with that gold. The gold accents do not bother me at all because it's a 32 count, so it's a still big enough weave that it's not throwing me off. I really, really love this. I will be buying more of this when I go to the factory in November. Because I really like it. I really like it. It's nice for Christmas things, fancy Christmas things. So then, like I said, since I've been home, I've been working on Priscilla Pilgrim because she was so close to a finish. But then I do have my other project that I'm supposed to be working on every 25th, the leap year project. And so on the 25th, it was too busy. There was too much going on, but I worked on it on the 27th. I chose the 25th because that's the day my brother was born, that I'm kind of doing as a memorial, thinking of him. He died on the 27th, so I chose the 27th and worked on it, and I did all the letters. Now, I didn't have as much time again, even on the 27th, that I normally like to put in, but I realized it's okay. I've gotten this much done since February. It's a big pattern, but it's not that big. It's okay. I have plenty of time. I don't need to stress. I put in a couple good hours. That's okay. I can set this aside till next month. But yeah, I'm working on those letters, and I've changed again for those. This is supposed to be charted all a brown. I am using a glorious deep dark variegated purple from Color Fever. It's absolutely stunning. That's the only change I've made. It was supposed to be in the peacocks, the brown as well. I took it out and substituted it with that purple because I just like it. It's so pretty. It's like a subtle variegation. So it doesn't, the variegation doesn't detract from the design. It just enhances it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I love it. Thank you, Francisca. She does a great job dyeing. And from what I can tell, there are no consistency issues with Francisca, or at least not as much. The floss I ordered from Classic Colorworks to finish Priscilla, they were completely different colors than what I had originally used. Same name, different color, but I just used it anyway. I mean, it wasn't like so different that you were like, why are you using purple instead of brown? But they're different. Like you can tell. The stripes in his pants are cocoa brown. The stripes in her dress are cocoa brown. One is when you look at the color difference between these caterpillar stripes and the cocoa brown, and this caterpillar stripe and that cocoa brown stripe right there, there is a difference. The difference in color is quite striking. But oh well, I mean, I know that's a risk for hand-dyed fabrics. hand-dyed floss, but it was kind of frustrating. Everything I've bought from Francisca has been so far very consistent. I think that's because she limits herself to certain colors. And I think also, I don't know, maybe I've just been lucky and always bought from the same dye lot. That could very well be. But I really like her stuff. Really like it. I've been very pleased. And otherwise, DMC all the way, man. Because they announce their color changes. And they come like 2 decades apart from each other. All right. So, while I was off lollygagging in America, of course, I had haul. So, I mentioned that I ordered some things from 123 Stitch. I ordered floss from them for the Colorworks. Other thing I ordered was, like I said, some more perforated paper to make a few more ornaments. I ordered perforated plastic canvas because I need that. It's in 14 count. It's clear. I would have preferred brown, but I will, because I'm making gingerbread houses out of this. But I figured I will just, where it says to just use the brown of the plastic canvas, I'll just stitch brown. It's fine. I've got plenty of like no-name brown floss. So that's that. And then it felt bad just ordering I mean, the floss didn't travel alone because it came with the perforated paper. But it seems like it needed a pattern to go with it, right? So I ordered Satsuma Street's Funky Chickens. Again, these are bright, crazy colors, but for chickens, they totally work. And I wanted to do I was hemming and hawing because I just like the fun shape, and I'm into a lot of 3D stuff. Finished items I really like. But then my friend Shauna, hi Shauna, was working on these, and she showed me that underneath they have hilarious sayings. One of them is "What the cluck," and another one is "What's up, chicken butt," which I say all the time to my children. So I was like, I must have these. Also, my sister-in-law, well, my brother's family, they have like a little farm in their backyard. They have bunnies, they have ducks, they have chickens. And I'm like, I need to make them some chickens too to go in their house. So yeah, I ordered that. Then, we went to Barnes & Noble because my daughter and I can never pass up a good bookstore. We were in the mall. There it was. And oh look, I just checked. They happen to have one last lonely issue of Cross Stitch Halloween. Now I have the other one that I have so many patterns that I have made out of and still want to make out of it. But I looked at this. I looked all the way through it. There are 7 patterns I want to do out of this, and I realized the cost of this magazine was $10. 7 patterns for $10, that's a great deal. So I went ahead and bought it, and other things may grow on me. My mom really liked this one, funnily enough. She's not even really that big into Halloween, but she's like, ooh, the colors and like design of that's really fun. So yeah, so I picked that up. And then I went to Michael's because I needed a few more colors for my Van Gogh Never Met the Fellowship that I did not have. I had written them down beforehand, and that was really cute. So my mom, of course, was a cross-stitcher, and my daughter is well-versed in buying me floss at Michael's. So I sent her, I gave them the list while I went to the bathroom, and they picked all my floss for me. They were my little personal shoppers. And then I came back to the floss area, and I saw these 2 diamant ones, a black one and a darker silver. I don't have any patterns that call for them, but I have another diamant that I very much like working with. It does ravel a little bit, but the coverage is so good, and the brilliance of it I just really like. It's like glittery but not glittery, and it's different than straight metallic. I can't explain it, but I really like it. So I picked those up because for Halloween things, you never know when it would come in handy. But I was very proud of myself that that's all I bought. I filled my suitcase with very important things like cheddar goldfish, and Welch's fruit gummies, and Fruit by the Foot, and Twizzlers, and other things for my kids. That was pretty much. Oh my gosh, I've got the hiccups. That was pretty much it. Oh, t-shirts. My parents gave me a bunch of t-shirts. Oh, candy corn. Yes, we are a family that likes candy corn. And I got a horrible sunburn while we were at the reunion in St. George, but it was totally worth it. It was super fun. And now I'm back home. I've been home for about a week and a day. Jet lag is mostly gone. Now I'm just having trouble sleeping because I think I'm in my 50s. Went back to work on Monday and actually was very proud of myself that I remembered all the passwords and how to do everything on the computer. Yeah, it was a great summer. I missed you guys. I watched a bit of Flosstube, although I am quite behind. But I am determined to catch up. I watch them on twice the speed. Oh, watched the Olympics with my daughter. Stitched a lot during the Olympics. I got a lot done on with my fellowship watching the Olympics. We just had it on. It was really fun because we're in Europe, so we have BBC channel, we've got the German channel, we've got the Austrian channel, we've got the Swiss channel, and we had, was that it? Yeah, Eurosport used to show the Olympics, and now Eurosport doesn't exist anymore. But we had those 4 channels, and so we just kind of flipped back and forth when they were showing either a sport that we wanted or an athlete that we wanted to follow. It was really fun, and we got a lot of stitching done. I just have to show you in closing this hilarious bag that my mother gave me. She knows about my struggles with my family, and she thought it was very, very appropriate, and so do I. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I have said that to her on phone calls more than once. Love you guys all. I have noticed I've gotten a few new subscribers. Thank you very much. That's always very fun. I don't have a whole lot, and so every new one is immediately noticed and very much appreciated. I'm looking forward to continuing to stitch on Fellowship, but also maybe starting to work on a few other projects here and there, just because it's good to change it up so I don't get burnt out, because it's a big project and I need to put in a lot of time on it, but I don't have to put all my time in it, and I think it will still get done. Yeah, I guess that's it for me, and I will talk to you again in a month. Bye, everybody. Okay. By filming my German one, I just realized I extra wore this shirt and forgot to show it to you guys. My mom and dad made this shirt for me, and it's freaking hilarious. Okay? I'm going to stand up so you can see it. When life goes sideways, try cross-stitching and notice that it is sideways. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cute? I just had to show you. I extra wore it and forgot to show you. So now I've shown you. Thanks, Mom and Dad. It's awesome.